favorite with this group. As we scroll back and rewind the footage here, this is when the men dove into the water here at the Lange Waldsee. It was essentially a 2-lap course, one 1,500-meter course led by Jan Frodeno. Hit solid ground, and he just kept doing the same thing, led the second part of that. And then later, 15 minutes later to be exact, 3,000-plus athletes dove in, rolling start fashion to this gorgeous swim, and they made quick work of that non-wetsuit swim. But here is a look of Jan Frodeno. His only stumble on the day was that looks like hamstring cramp. As you said, he popped up from horizontal to vertical and just struggled a bit, but put that right behind him. The chase pack, 16 strong, including Sebastian, Kienle, and Patrick Lange came out of the water to chase. Okay, I'll say his second stumble was when he couldn't get his helmet buckled, but he overcame that as well, the true champ that he is.
There's going to be more stumbles on the way, but we'll wait for him. But yeah, he heads out. We got the chaser, Sebastian Kienle, having some trouble getting his bottles out there. And he did look like he stepped on something. We saw Mark Allen, or heard Mark Allen say that he noticed him limping as well. So he got that done. Some high stepping coming out of the water for Sarah True and the rest of the front leader of the women's group. And we see that rest of the age group field. But Jan Frodeno did not waste any time going to the front of the bike horse, nor did Sebastian Kienle, and I think he put in a little extra burst when he went by Lange.
I think he did, and that's the fun part. But here is where we saw some fancy footwork from Jan Frodeno. Locked up the brakes, managed to leap the curb, hit the off-road section, keep the bike upright in the wrong gear, shift right back out, and get back to rolling. Oof. So some very fancy footwork on two wheels for Jan Frodeno. And then Imogen Simmons was leading that women's race. Has been leading for quite a while as we look at footage again of, as you said, a super aerodynamic tuck of Sebastian Kienle.
Yeah, and there we go. Frodo making sure he gets some hydration on board, grabbing some water bottles or some Intervit as he goes through the aid stations. Not bringing any on board, which is a surprise to both of us, but just taking what he needs in the aid station. He doesn't want any extra weight while he's rolling through the German countryside. But beautiful shots as we go through the course here today. These helicopter shots are pretty money.
They are. They're great. Here we are overhead once again looking down on Jan Frodeno. You can see the signature white race kit that he's been wearing for the last several years. White helmet, very good in a hot day like
on the left, but not like barely. I mean, not barely, sure. but a fair bit. But they haven't had their best days against each other, I don't believe. What kind of gap do you think, if they're both having good days in the heat, Frodo needs to be able to outrun Lange? I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like it's like a 10-minute thing. It's got to be pretty tight, right?
It's got to be pretty tight. And just look at the PRs. So last year, we did see Lange run 2:39 in Hawaii, right? Here on this course, he came in and he did an exceptional third place with 2:47.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just kind of look at that's a big spread. He actually did quite a bit better in Hawaii. But as you look at Frodeno, we mentioned his last year, he was 2:39 here, and he just ran away from Lange. He just made it done.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, if we really sat in there and said, well, who's better? They both run 2:39 in the past. But I honestly think that Lange needs to be with Frodeno. I don't think he's that. I think in June 30th, I don't think that Lange has more than Frodeno at this point. I think Lange has more. He gains more between now and October.
Okay.
He comes here with equal or less than Frodeno. That's my view. I think Frodeno comes here. He knows that he's. I think they just have to be even. I think right now, if Lange doesn't catch Frodeno, he's not going to.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're not wrong there. I think it's probably a couple minutes maybe, but that's the thing that is so crazy about Frodeno, and so many people you alluded to earlier use that GOAT, greatest of all time. And no offense to the man on the screen here, but even though he has the fastest times